Welcome everybody to 3 to Agree podcast. I am Rachel Mergenthal, and we have
Mr. Kurt Powell. Hello, everybody.
Hey Kurt, what's up?
Not much. What are you doing?
Chilling like Bob Dylan.
Chilling like Bob Dylan, I tell you.
Yeah.
How was the weather there in Indiana?
Weird. So like last week we had like a 70 sunny day, and then all of a sudden the other day it starts snowing and it's like 20. So today it's freezing. I think it's like 30. No snow, but it is freezing.
Yeah, well, I don't know if the listeners out there know, but I'm in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I work on the road. I do live in Indiana, but I do a lot of traveling for work. And here it's a little different. It's probably about, 5 degrees in the morning and 44 degrees in the afternoon. It just, Mother Nature is just really cruel to us out here.
Oh, wow. That stinks.
Yeah, it does.
So how was your weekend?
Well, weekend was good. Did absolutely nothing. Let's see, Friday after work, I came home and did nothing. Let's see, what about Saturday? Oh, yeah, Saturday I got up and I did nothing Saturday. Yes, nothing at all. Saturday night, though, that was exciting. Saturday night, I did nothing. Saturday night, and then Sunday I got up and I did go to church. This morning.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
That's something.
Yeah, that's something.
Yes.
But it got really exciting this afternoon because I did absolutely nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Kurt, I think you need some friends out there.
You know what? I mean,
if any of our listeners wants to be Kurt's friend,
that's right.
You can email him at 32agree@gmail.com and he will be your friend.
Yeah, I might freak you out, but yeah, I am looking for friends for sure. It's pretty lonely out here, but hey, I do want to tell you a little bit about a trip that I made out here. I don't know if anybody's been to the Corn Palace out here in South Dakota, but that was a wasted trip. It was
a wasted trip.
It was a wasted trip.
As in you were wasted when you went?
No, I was sober when I went.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. Believe it or not, I was sober. But it's, I don't know if anybody's been there. If you've been there, comment on our social media sites or email us because I'd like to know what your guys' experience was at the Corn Palace. But, it's a free admission to get in. But you show up to this place and there's corn stalks on the outside of the building, corn cobs on the outside of the building, and the outside of the building looks pretty good. But when you go inside, there's absolutely nothing. I mean, you walk in, it's like a stadium, a few pictures on the wall, but that's it. It was took me about an hour to get there, and that's an hour of my life getting there, an hour back that I'll never get back.
But at least it was free.
Now I understand why it was free. I mean, if they charged anything from that, I mean, it needed to be free. But anyway, like I said, if you've been there, let me know what your experience was.
Okay, well, I have not been there, so I don't think I want to go now.
There you go. How was your weekend? What did you do?
I kept thinking over and over, what did I do on Friday? I don't know. I cannot remember what I did on Friday. Yeah.
Was that because you were drinking?
No. I just can't think.
I
was off of work, so
I know what you did Friday.
You do?
I called you.
What was I doing?
You was with my wife.
I went out to dinner with some other moms.
Yes. And by the way, I do want to add one more time.
That was fun. I was drinking, so maybe that's right. Remember.
I do want to mention something about my wife real quick. I just need to get it off my chest because I got in trouble. The last episode, I made a comment that my wife wants to kill someone. And I was told by the wife that wasn't nice, and she doesn't want to kill anybody. So I wanted to come back on here and say that I need to pick my words better. And I'm sorry to my wife. She does not want to kill anybody. She just dislikes that person. So I want to
Yeah,
make it clear.
I guess we do have to watch our language because people take it and run. So
they do.
I'm sure you just meant it slangly, like
I
you know, you
did.
say, "I'm going to kill you, Kurt," but I don't really want to kill you.
Don't really want to kill you. I'm surprised the cops haven't even been at the house yet. But no, she's not that way. So yeah, just to let everybody know. But go ahead about your weekend. I'm sorry, Rachel.
Okay, so Friday night I went out with some other moms. That was really fun. And yes, your wife was there, who happens to be my sister. So yeah, we had a good time. We laughed a lot.
Spoil alert.
Ah! And then last night I actually went and listened to a band.
Who did you listen to?
The Yorkridge Boys. Shout out to the Yorkridge Boys.
Where do they play at?
They played at the Forge.
You know what?
Shout out to the Forge. Oh.
Shout out to the Forge. Whoop whoop. Have you guys never been to the Forge? They have great food. Mm-hmm. They got great entertainment, and they have great drinks at a reasonable price. And we're sponsored by the Forge. No, I'm just kidding. We're not sponsored by anybody. But yeah, and by the way, the Yorkridge Boys are amazing as well.
They are. They are so good.
Maybe we should have them on here someday, and they'll sing us a song or something.
Do it.
We'll see. Maybe.
All right. Well, so now to get on with our podcast. So today's topic is social media. So, Kurt.
Uh-oh.
I have some questions for you.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But you have something to say? Go ahead.
I do. I just wanted to know first, what did you thought about social media? I mean, before we start this podcast, what is your thoughts on social media?
I think social media has a lot of good points, like keeping in touch with people that you probably would not keep in touch with if it wasn't for social media.
Yeah.
But there is the other part where I think people get so wrapped up in it and they don't live their life because they're constantly on social media. Does that make sense?
It does.
And I think it has ruined a lot of people, especially women, because I don't know why women are like this, but their images, it makes them feel bad about themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's one of these things about these podcasts we're doing, Rachel. I think we've actually known each other. I think it's safe to say that we're more like a brother and sister than anything.
Oh, yeah.
And we've known each other for a long time, and it seems like we agree to everything. And, and the podcast that we're doing, that's not good. But
well, we did. We met in the 7th grade.
We did. That was a long time ago.
And we like immediately were friends.
We were. A matter of fact, I believe that's how I met your sister, is through you.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, she was in show choir too, but I mean, we were
Yeah.
friends, and I got to hang out with your sister, and she tolerated me for a little bit. Yeah, back
It's
in
the only
day.
one you could find that would tolerate you, huh?
Oh, I tell you. I don't know how she does it now, but, well, I know how she does it now. She ships me out on the road. That's how she handles it now.
Got you. Now it all makes sense.
It does. It does. but anyway, we always agree, and I totally agree with you. Exactly what you say is what I say when it comes to social media as well. It does have a lot of good things about it, and it has a lot of addicting things about it.
Oh, well, that was my first question. Do you think social media is addictive?
Absolutely not. No, I'm joking. Yes, I do. I do think it's very, very addicting, and I'll tell you why it's very, very addicting. It's because I have a tendency to get on social media every morning when I wake up. When my alarm goes off, before I yawn, before I stretch, before I do anything, that phone's in my hand. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, just Snapchat. What's that other one? TikTok. You name it.
I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm on.
And I don't do Twitter either.
You don't do Twitter? Twitter, I know Twitter is probably the most popular one. I mean, from what I read. Twitter is probably one of the most popular ones out there, but that's probably the one that I'm on the least.
I have a Twitter.
Yeah.
But I never, ever get on it.
Yeah. I mean, even when I, like, if I leave my phone here, and I go to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally shaking, and it's not because I'm afraid I'm going to miss a phone call. It's because I can't see what's going on Facebook. So
Are you joking with me right
now? No, I'm dead serious. That's how bad I am. I mean,
wow.
It's insane. So social media, as of right now, I don't think I can live without it. But I mean, think about it. You got a relative across the world. You'll never know that relative stubbed their toe unless you had Facebook.
Right. Now, I did give Facebook up for Lent one year. So that's 40 days of no Facebook. And I actually had no problem.
You're crazy.
And I thought I would. I was like, oh, this is going to be so hard. No problems at all.
Oh, my God. I don't see how you can do it.
So then the next Lent, I'm like, well, I got to find something else to give up because Facebook didn't matter.
Ugh.
But I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need to give up. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it.
Well, you have to do it if you're going to do it for Lent.
That's pretty important, man. I tell you what, I've never been one of them nosy guys, but social media makes you nosy. I mean, you're in everybody's business in social media.
Well, I do have some facts written down here.
All right.
So I want to give you a fact. So the average daily time spent on social media is 142 minutes a day.
Jeez.
That's average.
Wow.
That's a lot of minutes.
Yeah, so I'm above average.
Yes. You're above average in something, Kurt. That's awesome.
That's the only thing, probably.
And then this I thought was really strange. I thought it would be way higher, but it said they took a poll in 2021, and they said 57.6% of the world use social media. Only 57. I thought it would be like 78%.
That's crazy. I would too.
But maybe that includes like babies.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You're right, maybe.
There's a lot of babies in the world.
There's a lot of babies in the world.
They probably don't have social media.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I thought that was really crazy.
Ugh. Yeah.
All right, so next question. Should kids have a social media, and at what age?
Oh my goodness. You know, this is a hard one for me because I see a lot of bad in social media for especially for young kids.
And people can be so mean.
They can be so mean. You're right. You know, there's especially when you log on to. You said you don't have TikTok, do you?
No, I do not.
All right. Well, you log on TikTok and there's always someone showing too much skin and dancing around, and you know, I think it's setting our younger generation up for failure. You know. So, man, if it's my daughter, she probably wouldn't have social media until she's about 45.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah, but of course she has a mother too that allows her to have it now.
Well, how old is your daughter?
She's 17.
She's 17.
She's 17, yes.
Well, I think I did not let my kids have social media until they were in high school. Josie still does not have a Facebook. Caleb does, but the only reason he has a Facebook is because he wanted to watch videos because someone that he knew, their dad, videotaped the basketball games, and he wanted to watch them like later. So he got on Facebook because of that. He barely ever gets on. But I do think, I mean, they're more into like Snapchat and I don't know what else they do. Instagram, rarely. Yeah, but it was more of a high school thing because their friends, a bunch of their friends had social media way long before them. And I was just not ready. I'm like, because people are so mean and they can make you feel like shit about yourself.
You're right.
And I didn't want that for them. I'm like, you know, you got to be more mature to handle stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You know, perfect example on that is well, I got two comments that I want to make. The first one is, my daughter did say that Facebook is for old people. So I think I don't know if Facebook kind of leans towards the older crowd or not, but my daughter has one, but she's never on it. But the second comment I want to make is TikTok. There's a guy and a girl that I do follow on there. She has a speech problem, and every time she posts a video, people are just so mean to her, so rude, and it breaks my heart. So yeah, people are very, very mean on social media.
Right, and not everybody, like some people don't care, but some people take it to heart. And with all the bullying and the suicide rate and all that, I mean, that's just not something that I wanted them to have to deal with.
Yeah. And I see, and another thing, I see the social media platforms are fighting back on that kind of stuff.
Yes.
They're blocking people, and they're doing everything they can, but I think no matter what they do, it's not going to be good enough. Because
a lot of people are like, it's freedom of speech, I can say what I want. But my mom always taught me, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Don't say anything at all.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of people just not like that these days.
You're right.
So,
it's pretty sad, for sure. I agree.
Yeah. And you want the next question?
Ooh,
well, this kind of leads into our next question.
It does. All right.
So,
I'm ready, Rachel. Here we go.
Do you think social media is bad for mental health? Well, I mean, you're already mental.
I was going to say, I was like, well, for me, damage is already done, so I don't know if I'm the right one to answer this question, but yeah, I do. And back to people being mean, and these social media platforms can get someone very, very depressed, which turns into mental health. So I do feel that you got to be careful, because it could lead you down that road, or someone down that road.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Definitely. I'm reading my facts here. Hold on.
She's reading. She's reading.
Oh, I did. Going back to the kids thing, do you know the average age that people allow their children to get on social media? Do you want to take a guess?
Well, I kind of read up on something as well.
What'd you come up with?
16 to 22?
No, 11.4 years old.
Oh, geez, we were definitely on different. You must went to a .com website, and I must have went to like a .org website or something.
Maybe.
That's what it was. 11 years old. You mean there's kids out there with cell phones at 11 years old? Wait,
are you serious? Like a lot of people have cell phones that young.
How old was my kid when they had a cell phone? Kira, do you remember?
I don't know. I don't. It's been a long time.
I can't remember. How long?
I mean, same with my kids. As soon as my kids started sports, and it was like I had to pick them up or, whatever, they needed a cell phone.
Yeah. It's very convenient for someone to have a cell phone. It's what you do with the cell phone that's like social media, that not really good. But 11 years old, wow.
Right. 11.4.
11.4.
That's a big difference.
Wait a minute. Hold on. 11.4 years old?
Maybe it means like 11 years and 4 months.
That's pretty
That's the
Pacific.
Average. It is.
Wow.
But it's probably true. I know a lot of kids that have social media.
But not 11. 11.4.
11.4.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next question is social media ruining society?
I'm kind of flipped on this because 50-50 on this is I think I think when someone is caused to have mental health by social media, I think that's part of our society being ruined. So I think that but on the other spectrum is it kind of makes our society a little better. You can get on any social media platform to find out hours and operations of any store location. If you want, like, I have an aunt in Florida, by the way. I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are, and I love you. I'm sure she'll listen. But social media is a big thing that I use to stay in contact with her, and I would never be able to stay in contact with her without it.
Right, and I've actually become really good friends with people that I went to high school with that a couple of them I weren't that close to, but because of social media, we all got really close, and now we go on vacations together and go out to eat, and we do all this stuff. Like, it's a lot of fun, and if it was not for social media, I would never ever have been able to, keep in contact with them and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
And like you, I mean, you're out in South Dakota, right? Wait, is it South Dakota?
Is that where I'm at? Yes.
I don't know. I forget.
Yes. That's exactly
Sioux
where
Falls.
I'm at. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so you got to keep up with everybody around here somehow without having to call everybody and say, well, what's going on today,
That's right. That's right. And by the way, I do have a couple people from Sioux Falls that is listening to this podcast.
Shout out.
Yes, remember, I have no friends, so pick up the phone and call me.
That's right. Kurt needs friends.
I need friends.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
So do you think it's ruining society then?
50-50.
Yeah,
I think that part of it is ruining things, but I think that social media became so easy, and it's so, at least for me, I rely on it, and it's just it's easy to use. So therefore, if I need some information, hey, I do hiring. I hire, fire, and in my job, and when a new employee gets hired, I'm on Facebook looking them up.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've done that. I mean, I haven't hired someone and looked them up, but I've looked people up before that.
I mean, I don't
come into my life in some way.
I don't judge them or anything that they do on Facebook, but by looking at their profile, seeing what kind of person they are, it tells me a lot about the person, and it actually helps me work with the person. So I do use that quite a bit.
Well, good. So that part of it comes in handy as well.
It does. It does.
So here's some other facts that I have for you.
Okay.
This is the last of my facts. So. All
right. Make it really slow because we have like another 25. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Okay. So I forgot about one thing, but I'll tell you that at the end. Okay, so 2003 was the year that MySpace come about. Did you have a MySpace?
I did have a MySpace account.
I did too, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same here. I can't remember. I mean, I don't even remember how to use it. Could you post on it? I can't remember.
Yeah, you could post on it. You could post pictures. It was very similar to Facebook.
Well, Facebook's a lot
comment
easier.
On things.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, I couldn't. I can't remember. I remember MySpace because, that was cool.
I wonder if anybody still uses MySpace.
Is MySpace still available? Is it still out there?
Don't know. That's
All right.
a good question.
Google. You in front of your computer? Here, let me see if I'm going to Google it real quick. MySpace. See if it's out there. There is a MySpace.com, so I'm...
Shut up.
It's there.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, that was 2003. That's a long time ago. That was MySpace. 2004 was Facebook. So 1 year later, they came up with Facebook. That one guy, I forget his name, he came up with Facebook in 2004. And then 2006 was Twitter. Can you believe Twitter's been on? I did not think that was that long. Like,
Wow.
that was a long time ago.
That was.
And then 2010 was Instagram. And
Yeah.
2016 was TikTok. I forgot about YouTube. I forgot about Snapchat, so I didn't look those up. I apologize.
Yeah.
But I sat here and tried to think. I'm like, what other ones? Yeah, and then I forgot. So on average, people have 7.6 social media accounts. I don't understand the 0.6, but that's what it said.
Well,
I guess maybe the ones they don't use, they just kind of logged in and never used it. Maybe. I don't know. 7.6.
I have to say that I got them all. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest. When my daughter wanted me to get on Snapchat, and I thought to myself, Snapchat, what's that? And so I downloaded it, and I hated it. I just thought it was stupid. I wasn't gonna videotape myself lip syncing and dancing in front of the camera. And comes out that I watch it all the time now, and I think there's a video of me dancing and lip syncing in front of the camera.
On Snapchat? Are you talking about Snapchat or are you talking about TikTok?
Oh, yeah. See, I'm getting them all confused. Yeah, TikTok is what I'm talking about, not Snapchat. Snapchat is where, what is that? You can just text and the text go away, and you can send videos, and after you read it,
pictures.
You
send like photos, and then the photos like disappear.
Yeah, that's what it is.
After so many, however long. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Snapchat.
Do you see? Both of them, TikTok and Snapchat. But it took me a while to get used to. I like them now. They're good, but I never understood why. After you read a message, it'll disappear, because I'm the kind of guy that don't remember what someone tells me, and I like to go back and see what they said. But with that software, I can't do it. With Snapchat.
Oh, I know. Actually, that just happened to me the other day. It was Caleb, because he was on vacation, and he sent me a picture through Snapchat, and I checked it, and then I got out of it, and then I was like, oh, I should save that picture, because I scrapbook. So I was like, oh, I could put it in a scrapbook, and it was gone, and it wouldn't even let me like replay it, because I thought it would, and I guess it only lets you replay it if you do it like right after. And this was like hours later.
Yeah.
So that made me really sad. And then when he got home, I said, hey, I need all your pictures on your phone. And he said, I didn't take any pictures. Isn't that really sad?
Yeah.
So the only ones that he took was the ones he sent me a couple on Snapchat. That was it.
Yeah, and if you screenshot it, the other person knows you screenshot it. It's just
right.
like...
Which I would have done that, because he doesn't care. But I was not thinking at the time, and I was like, oh, I need to go back and get that picture, and it was gone.
It was gone. It's
made
gone.
me so sad.
And another thing too is on Snapchat, do not leave anybody open. Now, some of you adults out there, my daughter explained this to me about 6 times, and I think I finally got it. But leaving someone open, if they chat you and you read it and you don't respond back, that's like
rude. You're like mad at them.
Yeah, mad at them. You're rude.
Well, that's just like texting them. If I text them in like all caps, they think I'm yelling at them. If I use punctuation, they think I'm mad. And I'm like, no. Yeah. I use punctuation all the time. Like, it's just something that you just do as an adult, I guess.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that just means that you're mad at me. And I'm like, I'm not mad. So I'll send her something randomly. I'll be like, hey, Josie, how's your day? ? And she's like, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, why? We used punctuation. I'm like, oh, my God.
Oh, no, my goodness.
I just asking you a question. So I try not to use punctuation when I text her. It's funny the way they think nowadays.
It's crazy. I mean, I'll get a phone call at night, and my daughter's like, why did you leave me open? I'm like, leave you open? What are you talking about? I saw you read my message, but you didn't reply back. And I'm like, because I had nothing to say. He goes, well, you always reply back. Well, the question I have, if we have to keep on replying back to each other, I mean, the rest of our lives we'll be talking back and forth on Snapchat.
And you don't even have to, can just take a picture of the ceiling and send it. Like, that's what they do.
But why? I mean, I get them too. I mean, she takes a picture of the dirty ceiling fan. The only thing I can say is I think it needs to be clean.
Go Go get a rag and wipe that down.
Yeah, wipe it down. I just don't get it.
It's a streak thing. It's, he's thinking about me thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no clue. It could be never ending, though. You're right.
It could be never ending, and fortunately I have a job to do, and I can't just sit there and Snapchat all day long. But
Right.
I guess some people do.
Yeah. I guess if you're a teenager,
Oh.
maybe you do.
Yeah, and anybody out there, again, if you have anything to say about any of the social media platforms, or anything at all, email is 3toagree@gmail.com. Go ahead and give us an email.
Or
let me know
you
what think.
could direct message us on Instagram or Facebook.
You can do that as well. And if you guys do that, we'll share your comments. We promise.
Absolutely.
If you don't want us to tell to mention your name, just put in there that you don't want us to mention your name. We won't mention your name, but yeah, we'll share it our next podcast as well.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, fun
That's
stuff.
So, what's the rest of your week look like, Kurt?
Oh goodness, work. I tell you what though. Last weekend, we were talking about the York Ridge boys. I ended up going out to a bar here called Thirsty Duck. Shout out to Thirsty Duck.
That's a cute name.
Yeah, it's a neat little bar.
Was
out
there
here.
ducks there?
I didn't see any ducks, but they had refreshments there though.
Well,
yeah.
If there was a duck there, you could have given him some of the refreshments because he's obviously thirsty.
That's right. And then they had a band there called the Sushi Roll.
Sushi or sushi?
Yeah, that too. So I'm starting to get the South Dakota accent. Sushi. The sushi. No.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that. And and this lady comes out dressed like a 80s character. She had cut in her jeans, chains everywhere, her fluffy hair, and I'm like, okay, this is a nice, like, maybe punk rock 80ish kind of band. And they broke out in a Jolene song, country song,
nice.
Classic rock, rock and roll, Love Shacks. It was a really, really, really good band. Had a good time. And so if you're ever out here at Sioux Falls, look up that band, because I'm not going to say it now because I say it wrong. But look it up, and you won't be disappointed.
Okay, well, that's awesome.
That's right.
All right. Well, that is all we have for y'all today. So how do we end this podcast? 3, 2, 1. No, that's not right.
So yeah, this is our third time doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think we should go 1, 2, 3 to agree, 'cause that just kind of like takes us into it, right?
That's right. 1, 2, 3 to agree.
Yeah, you ready?
All right. Okay. You're going to do the countdown, right?
Right, but before I go, I just want to tell you, just have a good week, Kurt.
Hey, you know what? You have a good week too, and everybody
Thank
out
you.
there that's listening to us, have a great week, and we appreciate you guys, and thanks for listening. If you do like us, follow us on the social media sites that you can. Click like,
That's right.
and if you don't like us, do it anyway, because that's just a thing that you do on social media. You like things and you follow people, right?
That's right. So follow us.
Yes, right.
Woo-hoo.
That's right. All right. So
Ready?
I'm ready when you're ready. Yep.
Do you want to count, or do you want me to count?
So you're gonna say 1, 2, and
And then 3 to agree.
okay.
Ready?
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead.
You. Okay.
You can do it.
1, 2,
3,
2,
2,
agree.
That's right.
We'll be right back.